of teens that was in this particular target, and they were stealing iPhones. But yet they pointed out the other group of brothers, young brothers, and then they wanted to block them in and not let them leave. Call the race soldiers. Go ahead, roll that clip.
So we were walking around and we saw some kids steal some phones.
A few minutes later, a store employee asked them to leave. The teens say they were confused, but complied and headed for the door. When they got there, it was blocked with shopping carts.
So you guys didn't detain me until the cops on the way, and I was just like, yeah, did nothing wrong.
Oh, I guess this is just the world we live in. You know, people who are the same color as you automatically get associated with the crime.
And they're keeping my son and his friends there. They've got carts and that whatnot to block them. That's totally inappropriate.
Sheriff's deputies were called. Video shows the teens in handcuffs.
They were really rough with us, and it kind of hurted me.
I don't even know what Target said when they called, but the way the police reacted, it just made me so upset because I know that my son was scared.
The Lost Hills Sheriff Station confirmed there was no crime and they were released. But these moms say the damage was done.
I feel the humiliation of just being confronted in such a situation that's so public.
They automatically assumed, because they're Black, that they were part of a crime. And they had no connection to those individuals who stole from Target. When they boxed them in, so there's a false imprisonment action that we can allege. We're looking into action against the Sheriff's Department because they were detaining minors. They didn't call their parents. They were treating them very roughly.
Now we still haven't, our young, people being targeted in stores. Now they said they had stole the people that did steal. They stole some iPhones. How did you in Target? I'm trying to figure that out. How could they steal an iPhone? Usually that's the kind of things are locked up. I mean, you have some sort of iPhone or display or something that people just grab. But you're saying about the race soldiers just was treating them, like they treat Black folks, of course. Didn't call their parents whatsoever. And they would do something like that. Let me tell you a real story that happened to my daughter about, some years ago. So what ended up happening to my daughter, she went to school, and they have a drug sniffing dog. And the drug sniffing dog came and hit on my daughter's backpack. So, what hit on my backpack for? I don't use no drugs. We ended up finding in my daughter's backpack some, marijuana. I said, where'd that come from? That's not my stuff. So we didn't even know this was going on. So I got a phone call from the principal saying that, she's being taken down to juvenile because she had marijuana. I said, what the hell? So I said, let me go up here. So I went up there. They released it to me, but I want to find out what was going on. Like, toward me, I know she didn't do anything. Questions like, how you doing this? Are you doing this? I'm going to find out if you're lying or not or whatever, right? So the cops was questioning my daughter with no parent around at all. Questioning her. She said, it made me feel like I was a criminal. I didn't do anything. So I said, look, this is what I'm going to do. I got my lawyer involved. I said, I'm personally going to get a hair follicle drug test on you, okay? Just so to be sure. So got a hair follicle drug test. Of course, nothing was in her system. Like I said, I don't play. Like I said, but then once I found that out, I got my lawyer, like I said, went through the situation with the people. They didn't want her to say, well, she's plead guilty. She can do 3-month probation. And my lawyer said, hell no. He said, because I'm not going to even play that. My lawyer, she's a fighter. She fights to the core. Long story short, they had to throw it out, dismiss it, and all of that, right? And that's what they had to do. So it was, now if I didn't have a lawyer, they would have stuck my daughter on something like that. Didn't have none of her fingerprints on it, nothing at all. No, it was one of the Mzungu kids at school, because that school was known for a lot of these Mzungu kids doing these things with the drugs and want to stick it in my daughter's pocket. But what I'm saying is, they try to question and do things to your children when you're not present, and that's against the law. They're